Power based on lineage and divine rights, lavish riches and ceremonial duties, continuity and tradition. From the pharaohs of ancient Egypt to the current globe-spanning reign of British royalty. Where do these powerful families come from? What and who qualifies them to rule? And are they still needed today? This is Decomplicated. When did this power structure originate? Monarchy is one of humanity's oldest political frameworks. It has been with us from our earliest civilizations, such as the cradle of civilizations in Mesopotamia and the kings of ancient Sumeria and Assyria, as well as the famous pharaohs of Egypt. So, the monarchical system has seemingly always had a place in human civilizations. But who gave them the right to rule? Monarchies came into being in a variety of ways over the ages, from successful conquests, owning vast swathes of land, or selecting a monarch from a group of powerful elites. There has long been a strong connection between monarchy and religion, with the idea that monarchs were either a divine representative or a mediator with God. The power that these rulers held could be implemented in various ways, from powerless figureheads to those who wielded absolute authority, often supported by a divine mandate, or even the idea that the monarch was a descendant of the gods, or a living god themselves. For example, in a European context, monarchs were the beneficiaries of the theory of divine right of kings in the early modern period, which stipulated that a monarch's authority to rule is bestowed by God. Some remnants of this can still be seen today, with Queen Elizabeth II being the head of the Anglican Church. This right to rule was then inherited by royal children, born out of arranged marriages that crafted diplomatic alliances. This facilitated the continuation of the royal system of governance through generations. How has monarchy evolved into the modern era? As societies progressed throughout the ages, the monarchy also had to do so. In the ancient, classical and medieval eras, monarchies of various types were the dominant political system. However, in Europe, the Renaissance and the Enlightenment movements sparked a desire to explore other political frameworks in a quest to find the ideal mode of governance. These new ideas encouraged both the American and French revolutions, which overthrew monarchies, as well as the English Civil War and Glorious Revolution, which gave greater power to Parliament and led to steadily decreasing monarchical power in the UK. Over time, monarchies around the world have been replaced by different political institutions, either peacefully or in dramatic fashion, like the executions of the Romanovs in the Russian Revolution. Today, only 43 sovereign nations have a monarch, with 15 being a part of the British Commonwealth. And amongst these, 3 different types of monarchies exist: absolute, constitutional, and elected. While it was once the norm, very few monarchs today are absolute in terms of their power. The Sultan of Brunei and the King of Eswatini are rare examples. Constitutional monarchs, like Queen Elizabeth II, are heads of state, so their role is expected to be apolitical or a neutral element above political fray. Their ruling power is delegated to an elected represented body. Some monarchs can be elected, like the Pope, or previously the Holy Roman Emperor, and there are some states in the Middle East particularly which have a blend of elective and hereditary principles, like the United Arab Emirates or the Constitutional Emirate of Kuwait. Are royalty still relevant in the modern age? The relationship between monarchy and their subjects, or modern society in general, is constantly under scrutiny and reassessment, especially in situations where they no longer wield political power. Proponents of monarchy note the charitable work that royals do to support and promote good causes. This has been cited as an example of how they can use their enhanced visibility to draw attention to worthy causes and act as patrons. This has particularly been the case for the British monarchy, with the Prince's Trust, Princess Diana's work with HIV patients and landmines, and, more recently, the work of the younger generations of the royal family on mental health. On the other hand, Republican proponents argue that the monarchy is only tabloid fodder, or that the cost of the royal family is more than the benefit, especially as the royal family can be partially funded by taxpayers. It has also been argued that an elected head of state would be more representative of the people, and that the existence of a monarchy perpetuates an outdated class system that should be eradicated. Meanwhile, some claim that they do serve a unifying, symbolic purpose for their subjects, or reinforce a sense of national identity through an idea of continuity and tradition. And, in recent years, royals have been breaking from tradition and choosing spouses from outside of royal lineage or aristocracy. This has added to the monarchy's approachability and relatability in the modern era, or what some scholars have called royal ordinariness. The most difficult balancing act for monarchy is preserving a sense of continuity and tradition, which in many ways defines the monarchy, while still evolving to remain relevant and in touch with the changes in modern society itself. Looking to the future, the monarchy could continue as they are now, as figureheads without political power, or, if the public decides to remove the monarchy, become claimants who continue to have quasi-celebrity status but have been stripped of their title and position. However, given the very long history of monarchy as a political entity in world history, some form of monarchy is likely to endure in modern societies, well into the future.